This video is for all you middle-aged dudes like myself. And not necessarily just the dudes. I mean, females can watch this video too, but middle-agers. I was born in 1970, so that makes me 55 now. And man, it's a trip. Growing old is a real trip. I mean, I never imagined feeling this way, experiencing life as a 55-year-old, you know? In my head, I still think I'm 25. And, I'm in pretty good shape, so I don't feel bad. But I look at people around me and I'm older than everybody around me. How did this happen? It wasn't always this way. There was a time when I was a kid and everybody around me was older. So how is it that I'm older than everybody? Where are all the old folks? In the grave already? In any case, this is a video of a couple of old timers, and Roy is me and Roy, the only elderly folk on this ride. Of course, we're riding with a bunch of younger people, but this is a Facebook one-wheel group. They do weekly rides where we gather and just ride somewhere in the city. San Antonio is a big city. There's all kinds of places to ride, but it's mostly on the road and places where we can stop and charge our vehicles and get something to eat, get something to drink. But the point of the video is just the camaraderie that these kind of endeavors bring. For years as an adult, I didn't have any comrades, I didn't have any friends, and that was no big deal. I mean, most of us are too busy being adults with our careers and our home life and our children that, you don't sweat not having friends. And don't let me speak for everybody. I know that many people do have friends, but I was one of the many that didn't. That is until I took up electric personal vehicles. I started with an electric skateboard, advanced to an electric unicycle, and just made friends with this local electric one-wheel group. And that exposed me to another group of fellas, and that is the Flyboys. It's a group that fly paramotor here in San Antonio. And it's kind of a unique thing because there's only about 30,000 people on the planet that fly paramotor regularly. So I'm in a special group. I know a special group of people. And I tell you what, man, I'm blessed. I feel honored and I feel blessed to have made their acquaintance. And, you do have to kind of buy your way in to some extent. It's not saying that you're buying friends, but if you want to get into paramotor, you can get a little taste of it for $125. The local school will take you up, and that's going to last about 20 minutes. And it'll teach you or show you what it feels like to fly high in the sky like a bird and just to view the earth from a perspective that most people never have the opportunity to view it from. But after that, all right, well, are you going to do that a bunch more times? That didn't sound very appealing to me, paying, 5, 10 times, $125 a pop to go up for $20 at a time. Some people do sports that way, but no, not for me. I knew I was excited by it. I was intrigued by it. I'm an adrenaline junkie. Electric unicycles, electric skateboards, high-powered street sport bikes, motorcycle riding, and now paramotoring. But it's not just about the paramotoring. It's the video more is for me to speak on just the friends that you can make when you take up these endeavors, like the electric unicycle, like the one wheel, like the paramotoring. I mean, it doesn't have to be these high adrenaline endeavors. You can get with a walking group. You can get with a bicycling group. There are bridge groups. For those of you that don't know, bridge is a card game. I'm sure there's like poker groups and things like that, but croquet, um, no matter what you're interested in, no matter what level of exertion you're willing to provide or output during this endeavor, there's something for you. You know, if you want to sit around and throw cards at each other, or sit around and croquet, or quilt, or whatever the hell makes you excited, then there's a group of folks that are going to do that, are willing to do that with you. And you can chat it up with them and exchange thoughts and ideas and tell stories to one another and entertain one another and be a friend to one another. I tell you what, I have made more quality friends doing these two endeavors, than all of my adult life. I'm going to say for the last 30 years, I have made zilch friends at work. And there's really been no extracurricular activities because most of that time is with the kids, getting them to a point which they want to be adults and on their own, which is where they're at now. And I'm happy for it. You know, that's exactly what they're supposed to be doing. But empty nesting, I'm talking about empty nesting. You know, if you're my age or thereabouts, almost my age or a little bit older than me, you know empty nesting. That is, if you had children. And if you didn't, then, you know, maybe you have more friends than I do because you never had that big gap where you didn't need friends. But in any case, this video shows you what you do, what happens when you put a couple of old men out there in a group of youngsters. And it just so happens these youngsters are enjoying personal electric vehicles, which is a blast, you know. I like to go fast, no matter what I'm doing. If I'm riding a bicycle, an electric unicycle, a motorcycle, paramotoring. And, you know, paramotors, everybody thinks, like, how fast that thing, when I tell them about a paramotor, how fast that thing go? It's not about speed. Paramotoring is not about speed. Of course, some are faster than others, but for the most part, you're up there doing 25 miles an hour. But you're at elevation, you know? You're off the ground. You're 2,000 feet in the air, perhaps. Maybe 300 feet in the air. Anywhere in between, or even higher. But it's not about speed. You don't have to go fast to have a good time. They give you the maneuvering ability, so you can rapidly go from next to nothing with regard to G-force, next to nothing to pulling a few G's, you know, spinning, spirals, wing overs, barrel rolls, things like that. You're talking about quick maneuvers that multiply your sense of gravity. Again, a G is, you know, 1 times gravity. So 3 G's is like 600 pounds weighing on me because I'm a 200-pound individual. So in any case, enjoy a little footage, a little chat, and see what big boys do when they start playing with their big boy toys. I love you, people. Take care.